You know, one of
And,
these days I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
yeah, probably. I
Oh,
mean, that's how I live my life. I'm a rebel, though.
oh, jeez, man, I think I found a nest of spiders or something because something bit me on my eyebrow, and
Oh,
it
no.
hurts, like right here, like
Oh,
in between the
ow.
eye,
Like,
and
where you never notice, like, you never pay attention to anything there until you have, like, a big old honkin' something, and you're like, "How the hell do I touch this all the time? Like, why am I touching this part of my"
well, and I don't know because I hit my head on something too. You know, I was over the stove. There's this, fan thing that sits there, and and every time that I'm like cooking at that stove, I swear to God, I smack my head right there. So I've got this big full lump on the side of my head. You can't see it, but if I was bald, it would just be like the it would
Oh,
look like a
no, I have a better confession. So, I decided because I just don't like asking for help last night. My husband has been on me to ask for help when I'm going up and down the stairs because I am the total dude in the relationship. I'm like, "Okay, I don't care how I have to put these grocery bags on my arm. Like, if I cut off circulation, we're going in one trip." Now, this would all have worked out if I had accounted for the fact that I put my phone in the pocket of my skirt. My skirts, which I do need to hem in because they have gotten so now, I can understand his maybe unwillingness to send me to Nashville by myself when he comes upon me h holding my cross stitch, my cup, leaning on the stairs with my skirt just completely on the other step. And he's like, "So what would you like me to help you here? Because I have some suggestions, but I don't know how we're gonna get all the children out of the house."
oh
And
my
I was
gosh.
like, "Stop being an ass and just get me my skirt." And my son's like, "Are you taking a bath out in the" I'm like, "Would you just all of you leave and let me deal with my wardrobe malfunction like Janet Jackson and have Justin Timberlake come, comfort me? Damn it."
Oh my gosh. No, no, no. I just saw this. Hey, it's a car dealership introduces humanoid robot staff, but get the name of it. China's Cherry Automobile brand recently introduced Morning, a human robot designed for use in car dealerships as one of its Malaysian dealerships. Originally designed as a digital character meant to connect with the young generation by leveraging concepts. Did we see how bad this was in the first place with the robots as they were running the
Why is
race?
she I'm I would feel like if I'm a dude, I'd be scare-roused. Like, I'd be afraid that RoboCop is coming to get me, but also a little shamed that I'm kind of looking at her boobs.
Yeah, I mean,
I
of
I don't
course,
know what to feel about her as a robot.
its robotic body incorporates automotive-grade technology and a bionic motion
Does she
system.
have a safety does she have airbags instead of boobs?
That would be hilarious.
She has a blinker.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, I'm so turned on. You see her face? It's
Why is
just like
she
doing this.
blonde? God, this is so wrong.
Oh my gosh. I'm your guiding hand today. Hi, morning. Can you show me sweet choice? Derp, 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 derp. Meticulously designed details. Like, could you imagine? It's just like, I have got
I
nothing good to say, so I am going to tell you that it is wonderful. And you're just like, okay, there's like
I
no
would
inflection.
rather deal with a human, which is saying something for me. Because if ever given an opportunity to deal with the internet or a kiosk, I'm there, but I'd rather have a person lie to me about the car.
Yeah, wait until she like, I don't, it's like a mix between a blow up doll and Jaws from the Bond movie. It's just like
It is a little weird.
it's like you look like one of, what's his name? Oh god, I forgot his name. Um, Dollhouse Phil. Like, it's one of Dollhouse Phil's. Don't look it up unless you wanna be, like, completely disgusted.
No, thanks. Look, I already had to look up the lyrics to WAP, so I'm good. Pretty sure my computer has chlamydia, but we're good. We're getting it penicillin.
It's chlamydia.
Also,
Oh,
Cardi B, if your lady bits are that moist, that's an infection, sweetie. That's not a good thing. Like, go
ooh,
get yourself some penicillins.
yes.
Now, I'm not always a fan of Slate, but petty respects petty, and this is pretty funny when you consider things. The United States must retaliate against whatever aquatic demon is dragging their fancy fire planes into the watery depths. Now, we did cover this on Mornings with Mo. There have been 2 fighter jets that have been lost for no good reason, and Ursula is the only thing we can come up with.
That's weird. That is so weird.
Troubling news from the ocean today. Apparently, the crew of the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier has allowed a F6 or F-18 Super Hornet to fall into the water, where it can no longer be used for its purpose of flying in the air. Thank you, Slate.
Now it's a submarine.
The report from the Washington Post, which notes that there were also no serious injuries sustained during this, uh, explained a prior instance of an airplane falling into the ocean just 1 week ago. Now, in that incident, the jet was being towed to its hangar, then went overboard. Now, are we letting the robot chick from the last thing drive these things? Because I think we've identified the problem.
Might possibly be. Might
The Navy was like, "You've got a bunch of lonely men out, see, let's give them robots." And they're like, "But the robots have to do a job." And they're like, "Let's let them parallel park airplanes."
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
as a non-bionic woman, I can contest that I can't do that anyway. Like, nope.
Oh, oh my
But
gosh.
it's not because of my femaleness, it's just because of my lack of spatial coordination. So, I'm actually I do like Slate. They're not generally my favorite, point of view, but to point fun at the fact that we have lost now 2, F-18s when things are kinda heating up, petty respects petty, and Slate, we salute you this once.
Okay. You're talking about ocean stuff, okay? Now,
Okay.
this next thing that I am going to show you should have you. I don't know if it should be exciting, appalling, or you just go, "What in the ever living F?" Okay?
I kind
So,
of like all of those.
well, so you know how everybody's into the
Please let
renewable
it be the
energy?
large mermaid that tries to turn herself around in the tank and gets stuck.
No, you know how everyone has been talking about, these, clean energy, especially the
Oh,
French?
yeah.
Okay. So this one right here is going to make you question your life. Here we go. This here, they like to claim is the world's first wind-powered cargo ship.
Because sales are a new thing? What in the stupid is this?
Yes. So imagine the French saying world's first wind-powered cargo ship.
Well, at least it isn't the Portuguese.
It's not the Do they realize how people got to the United States?
Jet skis, as they told us in Monty Python, right?
Yeah. I'm just sitting here going, "You've got to be kidding me." I mean, this is an old video, but imagine they're saying, "Look, look."
Carrier is the first vessel to deploy wind wings, which can
Wind wings, not sails?
And And can you imagine? There's people going, man, why didn't anybody else think of doing this before?
Yeah, and I'm constantly shocked that those people remember to exchange oxygen with carbon dioxide without prompting.
No, I saw this. I was just, you started talking about ocean. I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are trying to take us back into a time before we actually, had this thing called fossil
Wait
fuels. That's what
wait
we
till
need.
they hear about the wheel. It's this brand new concept I'm thinking about. It's a circle. It'll
Yeah.
be great.
Oh, I saw one earlier today that was on the. I mean, whenever I saw that, I'm like, only the French could be this stupid. Only
Mm,
the French could be this.
fair. Fair.
But I did see something on the Twitter that made me laugh about that, because there was a guy that he was doing the whole invention of the wheel thing. Oh my gosh. Now, wouldn't you like to be this guy? Here. Hey ladies. Look at them now. Look at them. They're just like, oh, ooh. Hey, big boy.
He's like, "Yes, worship me, worship me.
Mercy, I am your.
I am your god."
But if you're dyslexic, I am your dog.
Pretty much. Which always confused me why I did this when I'm slightly dyslexic, because the L doesn't help. I'm lucky I got married. That's why I stay married, you guys. It's so I know left from right.
Oh God! I just saw the headline to this. That's awesome.
As a recovering Catholic, I choose to cover the conclave with dignity. However, CBS decided to be jerks. A CBS conclave live stream offends viewers because they're watching CBS.
Well,
As Tony, whatever his name is, claimed that the Cardinals were raw dogging the vote. I mean, that's what I thought. Do they know how to make a new pope? Because that's not how you do it. No matter how many times those Cardinals go at it, we're just not going to get a new pope.
nope. That's you don't breed them in.
We've tried to conceive naturally for years.
It just doesn't happen. We can't get nuns. We can't.
The 2025 Papal Conclave may be the most eventful one yet. Not only is this the conclave taking place after Pope Francis passed away, just hours after meeting with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, earning him the nickname the Pope Killer. Well, I mean, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. What can you do? But even more eyes are on the Vatican this time around or after the buzzy Ralph Fiennes drama Conclave captured papal drama that could be brewing behind the scenes. So surely there could have been a better time for CBS News anchor Tony to crack a dirty joke on the air. It seems that he is going viral on social media for saying that the Catholic officials were raw dogging the vote after it was reported that their electronic devices were confiscated. Okie dokie. Well, I mean, now we're gonna do Cellbrite downloads on the popes because I think we could solve a lot of mysteries.
Well, I do have a picture for this. You want to see the picture?
Oh,
All right.
sure.
All right, here we go. It's not what you think. It's not what you
We
think.
can only hope so. But now I'll never unsee the other part.
I know. Whenever I saw this, I was like, "Oh, I got to show this to Mo." I showed that yesterday morning. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so perfect." Oh my gosh. I have another one. This is a short little clip. I love seeing these. They make me laugh so hard. Biden Billings Harris loss on sexism.
Ideology, or it's not about. Oh my goodness! We're just going to get some help here from the camera.
let me come back to Lydia.
Dude, you didn't even pay.
Camera in here. Lydia, the president.
It's not sexism. Look, I didn't want to get a sexual harassment if I try to pick the bitch up, okay?
When I saw that, I was just like, oh, that's awesome. She's just all, oh.
The irony of this man just like, I'm sure she'll be fine, but the news continues despite her hysterical female problems.
Yeah, we're gonna take a slight break. Sexism. I love it. Natural sperm donor has fathered 190 children with creative methods.
So I guess that leads me to the question, if I give Mr. Mo a natural sperm donor instead of father card.
Oh my
A
gosh.
natural sperm donor has fathered more than 190 children with a creative method. I'm the poor man's Elon Musk. Also, why are you checking this woman's throat? Why? New York Times, could you ever have a video that actually goes with, this is the man women allowed to impregnate them? This walking penis?
Oh, sorry. It was my fault.
This man, women thought, yes, his genetic lineage must continue.
Ah. Oh.
Rob Albin has devoted his life to supporting a controversial effort by the world's richest person, Elon Musk. Now, Albon, who lives in a modest home in England, has nowhere near the wealth or name recognition of the tech billionaire, but he has thoroughly outperformed Musk in their shared goal to combat declining birth rates, repopulating the world with their children. Now, while Musk has 14 children, Albon says he has fathered a whopping 190. Imagine that family reunion.
Oh.
Also, imagine dating someone, then having to get a DNA test, to make sure you're not siblings.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and my brother, I have a half brother that was adopted. His father is Hispanic, which is hilarious because he grew up thinking that his father was Greek.
It's very easy to mix those up. Baklava, enchiladas, it all sounds the same.
Well, he did a DNA test and found his father. And whenever he found his father, he saw that there were so many siblings. I mean, it was a name like Garcia. I mean, that's like Smith, And
yeah.
In Mexico, he goes, and then he saw how many kids this guy had. It was just like, yeah, I'm not reaching out to this guy. He doesn't care. He was just humping. It was like
Johnny Appleseed.
He was like a chihuahua, just humping everything inside.
Just ridiculous. Now, he goes on to explain how he's not like Elon Musk. Like Musk, I'm a very creative person. I feel that I can give back to the world. This is no. When your teacher in kindergarten said caring is sharing, this is not what she meant. It's not what anyone meant.
So he's just a perpetual sperm donor. So he goes to the Jack Bank and just deposits all the time.
Here we go. This man is a genius. I take back everything. Albin has developed a unique strategy to fathering his children. As a private sperm donor, he publicizes his services on his Facebook page. He is one of many unregulated sperm donors who practice natural insemination or just doing it, which entails, insertion at the very last minute for insemination. Women that have chosen this, come to the front of the congregation because I need to explain yourself thoroughly. What about that Facebook photo says? Yup.
Yep.
Yup.
That's what I want to do. I want to have that guy stick his...
You can go to a bar and engage in meaningless, random sexual activities. You don't need to contact
pleasure out of it. And actually get some pleasure out of it. Yeah.
Now, despite the practice not being done in legal sperm donation sites, I wonder why not.
Yeah.
The donor argues that insemination through Smex is the best. I'm sure his doctor license that he got from DeVry helps him with that one too. His favorite perk of the job is enjoying his work. His LinkedIn profile is great. I go to the office every day with a smile on my face, and I have a smile on my face 15 minutes later. Now, my Yelp reviews, look, your satisfaction's on you, but I'm having a great time.
Get yourself ready. Here comes Daddy.
Of course I like sex. It's a creative thing, and women enjoy it too. Well, some of them have told me. All one of them that told you that were lying.
Yeah. They don't enjoy it with you.
No, he's reportedly in touch with around 60 of his sperm donation children and sees them once a week. He has become estranged from his 2 children from his 30-year marriage because of his sexual hobby.
Yeah, you think?
Th-
You think
I-
his wife isn't just going, no?
His ex-wife's like, he's like, I look at this body, look at this physique. The world needs more of me.
I know I'm only 5'5", but I've got so much to do.
Now, Deputy High Court Judge Jonathan Furness, King's not constable. So it's QC, or it used to be QC, and now it's KC, and I can't remember what the C is. Anywho, he's from England. He was blasted for having 200 children as complete absence of sensitivity or empathy. Now, Albon has rejected that claim. It's ridiculous, he said. The judge was definitely wrong. A child has a right to an accurate birth record. My name should be on the birth certificates, but another name was on it, and she had no right to be there. Sir, let your children escape your genetic lineage, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to get laid by at least 200 women. I mean, you had a good thing. You rode this train as long as it could go. Stop. Just stop.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Just
no.
no. So he
No.
wants to be anonymous, but he also wants to have all of the names on or his name on the birth certificate. He is on the run from an arrest warrant in Wisconsin for 6 counts of not paying child support. It's like, look, there are some drawbacks to this multi-level marketing scheme, but if you can run away from enough countries, you're golden.
MG says King's Counsel. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What a planker. Well, it's better than this. Married couple fingered for lewd conduct at Florida bar. Why does this chick
Why does
look
he
like
have better
Farrell?
80s hair than she does?
That looks like Farrell, doesn't it?
It does, but I remember seeing nearly every
And
picture of my mom in the 80s with that
well,
bump hairdo.
well, and you can't tell if he's looking at you or somebody else. Those eyes,
Yeah, he's like, is he what, like 4'11"? Because he looks like he's looking up at you.
yeah, well, she is too. A married
Where
couple,
are they taking the photo from? Like 6'12"?
I mean, they probably straight across. They're probably a really short couple. You never know. But a married couple was arrested Sunday evening for allegedly engaging in lewd activity at a sidewalk cafe in Florida, according to court records. Ryan, 29, Kimberly, 27, were at the Jube's Bar, Where's Jube's Bar in downtown St. Petersburg when the disorderly conduct occurred, police say. According to a witness, Cook placed his hand up his wife's dress. It's funny how they have it highlighted. Placed his hand up his wife's dress and touched her private parts, which reportedly caused a disturbance and a breach of peace. Oh, that was an only breach.
I was about to say.
Maury was charged for allowing her husband to place his hand up her dress and engage in sexual conduct. Arrest affidavits do not identify the witness who fingered the frisky couple. Pictured above, Cook and Morey were each charged with disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, and possession of an open container. Oh, it was bottles of Captain Morgan. It wasn't her. It was the bottles of rum. 99 bottles of
Oh,
beer on the wall. During a court appearance Monday, Cook and Morey pleaded no contest to charges. The judge adjudicated them guilty and fined each about $500. The couple was subsequently freed from the county jail to go out and perform acts again.
always good. Always good.
God. Oh,
Right.
I have another one, unless you're ready.
Okay.
This one here
No.
is okay. Now, men and women aren't the only ones that are a little weird and cranky. On May 7th, a nurse has been accused of shoving cheesy nachos down the leggings of her wife during a 3 a.m. domestic battery, only in Florida. Investigators say the 40-year-old woman was making nachos with nacho cheese in the kitchen when her spouse, Allison Swan, 39, told her she shouldn't be eating this late and made a comment about her being a fat ass. During the argument
Oh,
that ensued, Swan, who had been playing video games in the living room, walked over to her spouse and grabbed a handful of the cheesy nachos and shoved them down the back of the victim's leggings. When the victim, who is also a registered nurse, go imagine, subsequently sought to change her clothes, Swan allegedly dragged her to the floor and shoved her fingers into either side of her mouth and hooked them like a fish. Allison then continued to batter her by grabbing her head and slamming it into the floor multiple times. Well, during this confrontation, the victim told police Swan made several comments that she was the one in charge and their wife was not behaving. A friend of the victim called 911 to report hearing via an open phone line Swan striking her spouse. Then police responded to the couple's Port St. Lucie residence Saturday morning. Swan denied that a physical altercation occurred. She claimed her wife had been in a drunken rage and had thrown the plate of nachos and rolled around and covered herself in nacho cheese. However, an examination of the victim's leggings revealed what appeared to be nacho cheese on the interior backside, consistent with her story.
the sad thing is that there was more investigation done over the nacho legging incident than John O'Keefe's death. Did you see them laminate his shirt?
No.
Shizzy, they put his shirt and hoodie between two pieces of plexiglass and clear taped them.
What?
I have never in my life seen anything like it.
Oh,
Although I think the problem is this she was mistaking rookie trick questions. Like as a dude, you know that you should never tell your wife ever if she's maybe making herself a giant thing of nachos, that maybe her ass wouldn't be so big if she didn't eat all the nachos. Because that's how you end up, in an urn.
yes. The substance resembling nacho cheese was found smeared on a wall. Well, I hope it was nacho cheese because if not, it probably could have been something else. The victim also had a knot on her forehead and a scratch on her right arm. And while Swan claimed her spouse had thrown the nachos, cops found the ceramic plate and were prepared on was completely intact. Pictured above, Swan was arrested for domestic battery and misdemeanor. She was freed from the county jail on Sunday morning after posting a $250 bond. As a condition of her release, Swan was ordered to have no contact with the victim. She must stay away from the woman's car, place of employment, and home. Since Swan resides with the victim, she may return to the residence accompanied by police to retrieve her belongings. Crazy, crazy stuff.
A New York street performance artist is dividing people with a sidewalk carpet stunt that they're calling perverted. Now, this just looks like a fetish to me, but call it whatever you want. There's something deeply unsettling about walking down a street and realizing that the path you're stepping on is breathing. But in New York City, a city where no one is shocked anymore, a street performance artist named Kevin Carpet has raised eyebrows for forcing people to stand on him.
Forcing people to stand on him. That's so weird.
It goes something like this: wrapping himself in a carpet and laying motionless in public spaces, inviting strangers to walk on him. This is a fetish. This is not art.
No, that is a fetish. Yes.
Someone check that carpet with a black light because I think we've solved the mystery, Columbo.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh,
Some think it's art, some think it's a prank, and others just find it incredibly creepy.
yeah.
Kevin is no stranger to attention. He's been the human carpet since the 80s. He went from shag to Berber. He's seen all the things. He saw Scotch Guard come in. It was a revolution.
Yes. That way, whenever he stained himself, he could get it cleaned out.
He moonlights at Lowe's, helping, housewives figure out which stain-resistant carpet is the best.
Is that Ricada getting stepped on?
His
Can't be
most
Ricada.
recent
She'll-
exhibition has reignited New York City's oldest debate. Is Kevin Carpet just plain old weird? Kevin
Yes.
can be seen lying on the floor in broad daylight while unassuming pedestrians jump over or step on him. He can even be heard saying "ow" as a couple walk over. What is wrong? You were
Ow.
cosplaying as garbage. What is wrong with you?
Oh, dude. He has got some serious problems.
A woman filming the video, New York City local Taylor Peer, revealed that Kevin has been going around for years with his carpet, typically in the party scene. Well, thank God for street unlegal pharmaceuticals, because where would we get a human carpet before this? Please tell me he goes home and watches Aladdin, but just the magic carpet ride, like, I can show you the world, and he's like, one day I'll have a carpet like that.
No, one day he wants to be the carpet like that. One day I want to have Aladdin's ass on my carpet.
True. It's alarming someone could trip. If it's a desire or fetish, it should be disclosed to all parties. Now, she can be heard warning the two men who look hesitant to approach the carpet.
And this guy probably wonders why he doesn't have a stable relationship.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Well, when on the first couple dates do you reveal that, it really makes you excited to dress up as a carpet and have people step on you? Because I don't know that there's a chill way to kind of work that into the conversation. Like, I
Yeah,
like
so
long walks on the beach, margaritas, and sometimes I dress up as Berber and have people step on me.
it's not even that. It's like sometimes I enjoy long walks on the beach, except I like being the beach. Oh my gosh. Oh no. What is wrong with
Just
this?
so most people in the club scene who may or may not be on those not legal pharmaceuticals say that this is perfectly normal and this is just what Kevin does. Other people, like the rest of us who are not addled by, weird SSRIs, uh, well, we think this is weird and possibly you need therapy, sir. Like, I spend 3 hours on puppets and I think this is weird. Does that tell you anything? And I
Well,
generally embrace weird things like furries.
I used to have fun with my friends and taunt them. Like I had this shoe that I carried around, just a single shoe, and I would talk to it just to fuck with them. It's like, what are you doing, Shizzy? It's like, oh, I'm talking to the phone, and they're just like, that's a shoe. I'm like, no, it's a phone. It really is. I'm all convinced that I was crazy for the longest
To
time.
be fair, they never ask you to do something really serious if you pretend to be crazy. No
Exactly.
one asks you to help them move, even if you have a truck. They're
Nope.
like, "No, Shizzy, we do not need you. Don't worry." And you're
Nope.
like, "Works like a charm."
It does. I called it my pet shoe. Just just walk around. They're like, "That guy's crazy." Well, good morning, Volstorm. Good morning. How you doing?
Now, Kevin, in his own words, says that it's not a fetish and he doesn't get off on it. I'm gonna say facts not in evidence and you're a liar, allegedly in Minecraft. It's a Zen type state. I'm feeling the people, hearing what they're talking about. I'm looking. Sir, are you telling me that instead of yoga, I could have just been putting a carpet over myself and having people walk on me for enlightenment? I didn't even have to try running? How dare you not give this, information out to the world? I could have not even tried running for that full week.
I think someone needs to weigh in on this. Good name.
All right, two things. First of all, when you all started reading that article about a couple getting arrested for lewd acts, I thought I was doxxed there for a second. Second of all, somebody's mom obviously helped the Commonwealth with their science fair project, which is why they had all those articles of clothing behind two big old pieces of plastic taped at the top.
I have never seen a laminated shirt. I was like, what? And then they laminated the straw. I was like,
And that
I
was
could
the-
not stop giggling
That was
yesterday.
the
And
dumbest thing. I'm like, really? You couldn't
I-
put the straw in like a Ziploc bag? You had no problem using solo cups in grocery
Yeah.
bags.
and then who is the a-hole that they sent to Lowe's? Okay, we're gonna need 4 pieces of plexiglass. And then the Lowe's guy's like, so what's your project? Because they always ask like what you're working on.
Uh-huh.
And then if you're me, I'd said, hey, well, I'm kind of putting a dead guy's shirt between the 2 pieces of this and then taping it up in plastic.
Yeah. Yep.
And your taxpayer funds paid for that, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't just explain that I was a police officer, though. I just say that and walk off.
It's
Like,
for my kid.
Oh my God. No, I hadn't had a chance to watch yesterday's at all. I've just been so busy with everything else. So now I know what I get to look forward to.
yes,
It's kind of like the rest of the trial. Just fast forward to the cross.
yeah, pretty much. I wish we could just fast forward because this is. And then I learned that it's 12 weeks and not 6 weeks, and I was like, damn it.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, God.
I must have blocked that out of my memory because I was like, okay, we're halfway through. I can do this. I've got this. I've got new pens. I will remain focused. And then Baker was like, no, this is going to be 12 weeks. And then we had the woman with the turban or the head's covering. And I was,
Dear Lord, that woman. Oh, my God.
I actively want to go and start a new crusade against technology, go full like Spanish Inquisition on phones after this.
It was
No one
that wasn't
no
even
one
the best
suspects
part.
the
The best part,
Moquisition, but it's
the best
coming.
part was the fact that she was on there. She had her little outfit on. And maybe it's for religious reasons. I don't know.
The red lips. When she came back.
They come back from lunch for cross, and she puts on full makeup.
She was yeah,
oh.
because she had the complexion of me before cross. She comes back.
Don't be that mean
rosy
to yourself,
cheeks.
Mo.
Well, I'm saying she put on more levels of Maybelline than I do within that little minute.
Oh my God! It was
Now, something
you
that
going
my
somewhere,
son,
honey? I mean,
hey, Alessi is, well, tall and nerdy, and look, that's kind of my jam. So I can understand. But you're kind of married, ma'am. That's what the head covering indicates when you are of a, Hasidic Jewish background. So
yeah,
I'm
see,
confused here.
I had no idea. I was like, is this a fashion statement? Is this what's going on? And I don't remember the bright red hair last year, but it was
Well,
bright.
Yeah.
True.
It was just, what is wrong with people from Canton?
Well, because they know they're going to be on TV, so they're just like, oh, look, I'm going to be on TV, and she probably took the little lunch break and pulled it up on the YouTube.
Okay, no, because Bev comes in with her eyebrows. Again, Bev, sweetheart, let me show you something. Now, if my eyebrow or my bangs are in my forehead, I don't have to do this. All I simply have to do is get my fringe cut just a little bit low. You could always, or you could go, okay, jury, we're actually on track. We're not going to have any more Hoff days that I remember. Now I'm just going to ask you those 4 questions. And it's like, you wouldn't have to show them your upper schnozular area if you just cut your bangs.
Oh my gosh.
Do not understand that fashion statement.
On weekends, she occupies a local university.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Now,
jeez.
my sons haven't done this yet, but I think that's because I don't allow them access to phones that have credit cards linked to them. But a boy playing with his mother's phone ordered 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops. They're set for Halloween for years.
For real. Those things
Oh,
last forever too.
Yeah, they should have. You guys won't be able to hear sound. Those are all
Bad.
dumb
Bad.
boxes.
oh my God. No.
You think Amazon would kind of call you like, "Hey, Karen, look, I'm not asking you any questions, and I don't want to pry into your life if you've got like a Diddy style party going on here soon. But is there any reason that hitherto now you've never ordered a Dum Dum sucker, but now you want 70,000? Just asking for a friend. I'd be the nosy customer service person that would, stop this.
Well, maybe it didn't alert them because 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops is what, like $20?
Well, let's get into that. A Kentucky woman said her youngest son was playing with her phone during the weekend and secretly placed an Amazon order for 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops, a total purchase of about $4,200.
Jesus. Halloween is just around the corner.
Lexington resident Holly LaFlavors said on social media she was shocked to discover 30 cases of Dum Dums on her doorstep, each containing 2,340 pieces of candy. Now, her son Liam, who's in the second grade, admitted that he had placed the order for the suckers while playing on her phone during the weekend. Each case of Dum Dum retails for $130, making her total purchase $4,200.
It paid too much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Amazon initially agreed to allow her to return 8 of the 30 cases, so she started attempting to sell others to friends and neighbors. She later said in an update that after a long day of working with the bank and talking to a few news stations, Amazon had contacted her and agreed to refund her entire purchase. So thank you for everyone that offered to buy a box to help us. I will be happy to get you what you ordered or donate them to charity for your choice.
Yeah.
That's such a random number. Okay, we're going to refund you for 8 of the 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna like? Banks could use them.
Exactly. Doctors' offices, banks.
Well, doctors' offices now give out stickers instead of lollipops because obesity.
They can sell
And
the dentist's
wanting
office.
moms to be able to scrape, moms don't have enough to make us feel worthwhile. So what doctors like now is giving stickers so you can spend weekends of your life scraping GD stickers off the motherfucking window with a little razor and some nail polish remover because your a-hole kids decide to put stickers on the windows to make them happy.
There's an easier way to remove those stickers, okay? First, you scrape
Not
it
have
off.
children, but I
True.
mean, we're kind of past that point.
True.
No, so then you get some WD-40 on a rag. You spray it down really heavy with some WD-40, and it turns all that sticky, gooey stuff into like a gel, and it comes off really easy.
Okay, doesn't DW40 smell gross-tastic to everyone else? I cannot use that stuff. It stinks.
Yeah, but I will tell you, if you're trying to get a sticker off, like especially if you get one of those tow-away stickers, because we used to get those at the Honda dealership, tow-away stickers, somebody's car broke down, they would come rolling in with like these tow-away stickers on there, and you scrape it off, it leaves this mess on the window. Yeah, you just get some WD-40, you hose the thing down, you let it sit for a couple of seconds, and then just take a rag, and it comes right off.
See, I remember trading in a car once that had all those damn little stickers on the window, had marker on the seats, and I was like, look, it's as is. You take the party if you buy the truck. I'm trading in the truck. Go on.
I always tell the people changing my oil, I'm like, if you find any Cheerios you like, there's an ancient chicken nugget you'd like to, feel free.
If you're hungry, feel free. It's fine.
I mean, to be fair, you had regular kid stuff. We have a car currently that we don't know how it happened, but there was a ground squirrel living in it, and he burrowed into the back seat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy that was a seat sniffer. It was creepy.
What?
No, he would somebody would come pulling in, he'd go and sniff their seat. I'm like, dude, that's weird.
Okay, new life fear unlocked now that I have to take my car to get an oil change.
Don't worry, he's out of that business
You've
now.
you've frightened quite a many people now, Shiz.
It was weird, okay? And because somebody else had told me about it, I was like, well, the guy's weird, but okay, I don't see anybody doing that. And then one day he was like, a car was going up on, it was a Jeep. It was going up on a lift, and I just saw him like place
Okay,
his
wait,
face inside on the seat as he's.
Shizzy,
I was
was
like,
this
what the
while
hell's
you
wrong with you?
continue to live in Georgia with the hot moistness and the shorty shorts and the leather seats and the funk?
I guess I don't know. That's weird. It was. I'm just like, okay, this is creepy, weird. Like, stay away from me, dude. Of course, I had one guy. You know what a magnesium wheel is? It's what they used to call
Yeah.
mags. Well, magnesium wheels back whenever they first made them are very brittle. They're just made almost wholly out of magnesium. I mean, you light those things up and they'll turn into fire. This this guy had spent $1,000 per rim on these things. This is back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So $1,000 per rim. And he picked up one of the tires to put it on the car, and they told him, you don't mess with these things because you're an idiot and you'll he dropped two of the rims on top of each other. These were special order rims, dropped two of the rims on top of each other and destroyed both of them. This is the same guy that was driving a truck up on an alignment rack and drove it over the alignment rack, hit the alignment machine while the lady is standing there talking to the service manager. Okay.
Wow.
That
Of course,
explains.
when his cousin would show up, she would show up to pick up his check, and he would pay his cousin money. And he was like, I think she's pretty hot. Imagine a real life Forrest Gump. Like, dude, that's your cousin, but she's pretty hot. Why are you
It's
giving her
definitely
your
Georgia
check?
then.
Yeah. It's like, why are you giving her a check? Like, just like, don't give her your check. Like, why are you giving her your check? You're not going to have any money. And he'd walk around like working on cars, and he'd have a cigarette hanging out of his mouth lit. And of course, he's working around gasoline. It's like, man, you're going to set yourself on fire, and I'm not going to put it out because it just.
Look, I have always told my friends, look, I want to help you, but I may be laughing too hard to render aid. So be careful if you injure yourself around me, because if it's in something dumb, I'm going to be laughing and unable to help.
Well, I'd watch him walk under a car, and he'd like smack his head on something. Ow, and I was just like, dude.
Look, I'm on YouTube, so if something bad happens to you, I'm probably going to pull out my phone. I need content.
True.
Oh,
Try to save all of my breakdowns for, online.
what is up with Sweden here? Mother convicted for cracking egg on daughter's forehead for TikTok video. A 24-year-old mother from Sweden, I'm not even going to try to say the name, was recently convicted of harassment after cracking an egg on her daughter's forehead for a TikTok video. In 2023, a controversial trend went viral on TikTok. Parents all over the world started filming themselves pranking their small children by cracking eggs on their foreheads. Many saw this as harmless fun, even though in certain cases the kids hardly ever joined their parents in laughter. But one particular case in Sweden recently made national news headlines after a young mother was convicted of harassment for humiliating her daughter by cracking an egg on her forehead for the amusement of her viewers. The 24-year-old woman insisted that it was just a silly prank and that everyone was doing it on TikTok at the time, but that wasn't enough to impress the judge. The incident. Here she goes. Just like at one point, the young wannabe influencer picked up the egg, cracked against the daughter's forehead, causing the yolk to run down her face. The spry girl told her laughing mother that it hurt and asked her to stop. Anything for a click.
Yeah, look, I'm not the world's greatest parent, but I wait, until they're grown to show the, picture of them with a strainer on their head holding a broom and, lovingly clutching a Kotex for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
I wait to hurt my children, in their soul when they're older, like normal parents.
Well, yeah, because kids are going to do a lot of this stuff to themselves, and you just wait until
Yeah.
the opportune time when they think they're grown and
Okay,
mature, and then you remind them.
I may or may not have a picture of my 2 youngest ferals when they were younger. Now, the chicks on here are gonna get what I'm saying when I say those little foam cutlets that you take out of bras. Well, for some reason, both of my boys thought those would be great hats, so they look like little Ben Shapiros with
They're yarmulkes.
their boobicas.
Because
I love it. Oh my
So I may or may not have a picture of that I'll be showing when they get married.
yes. Yes.
The 25,000 residents of Lice, a town in Turkey's Diyarbakır something province, involuntarily got high after police burned 10 tons of seized cannabis in the town center.
Oh,
They
it sounds like
hotboxed
that
an
concert.
entire town.
Yeah,
Cheech and Chong would be proud. Willie Nelson's like, I'm on my way.
the Turkish
What that
authorities.
concert Diva and I went to. Ooh, Lord.
No, like I'm getting a contact hide. I'm
was
nowhere
like-
near there.
Hope I don't get tested in the next few weeks.
Oh my!
The entire town is bereft of Doritos. There's just people walking around the street. Do you have any snacks? I am like flipping hungry. These granola bars taste awesome. BT Dubs. I could go for a pizza right now. Like all the pizza delivery trucks.
Don't mention pizza. We've had this problem for like 3 days now, Mo. Ever since that chick
this
used the
one.
pizza analogy and nobody ever found the damn pizza.
Oh,
Look, I don't I don't understand any of the computer crap. I don't care. If I was going on how I tend to convict people, Jen McCabe is who they took the mold of her teeth and they're trying to throw him off. Jen!
God, the whole family looks like that too. Ugh.
she's like a
She looks like
a
one of those
bulldog.
she's like one of those purse puppies that think they're like they try to get some bass in their voice like woof. And you're like, I will punch you across. I had a dachshund try to because my last neighbors had like a herd of dachshund and there was the alpha dachshund.
The alpha.
The
alpha
and he
dachshund.
he came up to me and I think I was 100 years pregnant with youngest most feral and he was like, ooh. And I was like, I bent down as much as I humanly possibly could. And I was like, look, I don't want to be hateful to you, but I'm a recovering Catholic. So fuck Francis of Assisi. I will kick you into the next yard. And then we came to an understanding. I was like, I'm too done. I'm too pregnant. The duck outside has had her chicks. I'm still sitting here with this giant fetus in me. So you better. I've never yelled at an animal before like I yelled at that dog, but I was not having him test me no more.
Oh my god, this thing weighed 20 tons. The smell of drugs
dear
has
Lord.
been enveloping the district for days, a local man complained. We cannot open our windows. Our children got sick and hungry all at the same time. We were constantly going to the hospital.
We need 2 bags of Doritos in the OR. Stat.
Destroyed was
Someone find some spicy nuggets. We
Oh
need
my
some.
God. He emphasized that the arranged bags of weed to form the name of the town. Lice is burning letters, only adding insulting. Oh, that's how they placed it. So it burns it into the ground.
Oh my God.
This
Look,
was
we were trying to
gross.
make a statement and it
We won the
backfired.
war on drugs, y'all. It's fixed.
Everybody just put their resources together and we were able to make this pretty little sign.
Oh,
George W. is standing there. Mission achieved.
mission achieved.
Strategery.
Mission accomplished.
On that note, I do have to run because Karen Reed is starting and
Okay.
well, I have to be there for sidebar.
All right,
Yes,
Mo.
you do. Yes, you do.
Bye, you guys. Thanks.
Bye, Mo.
We'll be sending it. We'll run over to you. This is
Oh,
over.
awesome sauce. Bye, you guys.
Bye. She's awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Fall Storm. This has been
Sir.
so crazy.
I know
Like,
it.
like, are you having a good week? Really, seriously.
I have had a busy week, so I'm, I'm not having to do anything right now, so it's a
Oh,
good week.
well, yeah, that is a good week. I've got to get a whole bunch of tools put together because next Friday,
Uh-huh.
I will be out of town. I will be driving. I will be a traveler on the land next Friday.
Traveler on the land.
Yeah, and I've got to pack up like all my tools. Like we're talking table saw, chop saw, sanders, grinders, all kinds of crap.
Speaking of traveler on the land, I caught some of your soft sit stuff last night.
Isn't that fun?
Oh my god. Dude asking for more discovery and well, I need this. And, I filed this motion and the DA is like, yeah,
No.
you put the statutes in there and that's all you did.
Yeah.
You didn't say what they were about, why they were relevant to the case, what your point was. You just basically filed this and with 2 statutes listed.
Yeah. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? I mean,
I'm starting to wonder who did his legal work.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
I could name a couple of people, but oh my gosh. I most likely tomorrow I'm going to have I want to have just a weekly breakdown of the Karen Reed. So I'm going to probably go watch yesterday's because that's what I've been doing, watching the prior days and getting all my notes together. It's gonna be good. It's
Oh,
gonna be
this
good.
morning's going to be really good.
I
This morning's
imagine
going to be
so.
really good.
Well, and that's why I'm going to send all you fine people over to go check out Mo, show a little bit of love, and also in what 1 month, Dollywood, baby.
Less than 1 month. 4 weeks from tonight will
Oh,
be FNL live.
4 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, I think Miami Spice said we've got about 26 people that are confirmed to be there in person.
Nice.
So it's gonna be a good crowd. Plus all you beautiful people out in the chat that we'll be able to interact with too.
Exactly on a 360 camera.
Oh, 360 camera.
Ooh.
Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Go show Mo